Anderson Cooper's music engine. Let the revolution begin!
Such a chore. I gotta find this place I seek before it takes me down and destroys me. I know it's there, I just gotta believe. The lonely island of my dreams. I gotta find this place I seek before it takes me down and destroys me. I know it's there, I just gotta believe. The lonely island of my dreams.
Oh, I do have a bit of feedback. Yes, that's the aforementioned Southern Storm. Tim, Joe, Nick and Matt are in the studio right here, right now. Hello, guys.
Hey.
That's what I like, a bit of yay.
Bit of rock and roll.
Oh, yes. That's what I do like in the studio. So, guys, first and foremost, loving the music.
Thank you.
I'm not just saying that. I actually really do love the music.
Cool.
It's been going down great on the show. At the moment, you're in the course of recording a new EP. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true. We're currently done 10 hours so far, got another 10 booked. So we've had to kind of polish out a few parts, but yeah, it's coming together quite nicely, I think.
It's all going well then.
Yeah, it is.
So how does this EP differ from the last one? What sort of sounds and textures do you think that are kind of moving on?
I mean, we've come a long way in a year. So it is a lot punchier than our first EP. It brings out like we've been together for that long.
Yeah, I think the new EP really captures kind of what Southern Storm is more about as well. It's a bit more upbeat. It kind of shows more of our rocky side and our mellow side, as well as just kind of, it captures our sound a lot better rather than kind of being in the bedroom recording through cubes. And now we've managed to get into a proper studio and, record the gear properly.
Yeah,
and
be able to blast out, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
So how did it feel then going into this time a proper recording studio rather than just your bedrooms?
Really good to have someone sat there who knew what they were doing rather than just me trying to balance everything out.
It's been quite casual, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've just been able to sit there, get on with it, and
It takes a lot of stress out of it. Obviously, we don't have to worry about trying to mix and master it or do anything like that. We can just go in and focus on our parts and really crack on with it. And
it's great to have a second or another set of ears to listen back over it. Just have another little bit of input there rather than we've been locked away in the recording or the rehearsal studio trying to crack it out. But to have, that other little bit in there is really good.
Has it been any sort of surprises along the way, having someone saying to you, like, you can do this, you can do that, maybe you should do a slightly different take on it? I mean, have you been kind of kind to another ear telling you maybe what to do?
Not Well, we didn't really have it. We didn't ask for it, really, did we?
No, it's kind of like when we were recording, it was kind of like there was always little bits of kind of, oh, maybe you should try that or do that. And Doc, the guy we were recording with, he's really good at that. We just kind of went in and was like, this is our ideas. We kind of like got our rough recordings down, and he just kind of had his little bit like, oh, why don't you try this or try a bit of that? And I think we're all really open to it,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like, it's not like he's sat there going, oh, you should rewrite the entire song or do it this
Shall do
way.
this.
Yeah,
that's it.
exactly. He was a really mellow guy, and he was just kind of like, yeah, got in there, got a really good bass sound, and yeah, it's coming together quite nicely.
Yeah, wicked.
Like I say, it's just the last little bits now.
Yeah, has he sort of suggested anything that you thought, oh, I'm not quite so sure about that maybe worked out in the process?
I think the main one is opportunities at the moment, isn't it? Like,
the ending.
there's like a couple of endings where it's like really fast and heavy, and then like kind of drops back and comes down into a nice quiet mellow bit. So we've just kind of, the way we recorded it originally is kind of, you can really hear the differences between what we're trying to do, so we're just trying to iron out that so it sounds a lot smoother and easier on the ear at the moment. I think that was the main thing that's kind of stuck out so far.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
would say.
I like that, yeah. So you feel it's moving on forward and it's going to be your best work yet? Is that how you feel?
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, when we got together, we were like, yeah, this is amazing. We've just come together. We've just blasted out loads of awesome songs like we never thought we could write as a band, like who's newly formed. And then now we've got all our ideas in front of us, and it's just moving forward now. It's coming.
Yeah,
together
it's really nice
well.
to like actually hear them come together properly, and actually hear what I'd consider our sound, or we consider to be Southern Storm's sound.
Do you feel like now you have got a sound of your own, rather than maybe sort of taking bits from your influences and things you heard and things you've seen? Now,
I think we're definitely getting there. Yeah, I think there's still room for improvement, and Southern Storm's still going to grow. I mean, we've only been together like nearly a year now,
Yeah.
so there's definitely still more room for us to develop as a band, and we're still getting to know each other as musicians. There's always room for something else to happen or things to change. But I'd say at the moment, the new EP really captures what we're about at this time. Like, definitely.
I think there's points now where like a riff will come out and it's like, that sounds like a Southern Storm riff. That needs to be in a song. That sounds great. So we can really take all of those little bits and now write really good stuff. Like, I think what we've got is pretty awesome anyway. But really focusing on good writing now is probably where we're going to go. I think.
do you feel like you're much tighter as a band this time around than you were last time you recorded?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we were pretty good on. We were pretty lucky on the recording. I think we all had really good days where we just blasted it out. We all didn't.
Yeah, I think everyone went into the
way.
studio knowing exactly what they wanted to do and how their parts wanted to sound. And I mean, we took some time off after Christmas to actually like practice the songs, so that when we went into the studio, like there was no, oh, what am I doing here? What am I doing
Yeah,
there?
it wasn't very often that one of us had to say that you could have done that better. But, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, we managed
recording.
to get in and everyone got their parts done really well.
Yeah. So you knew before you went in exactly how many songs you were going to do, what the songs were.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You kind of
Yeah, like I
pre-planned
say,
it.
we didn't gig up until the point we recorded, so we just had like a solid 6-7 weeks of getting in the rehearsal studios, just like
Playing
those
them to
songs
death. Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
literally. Oh god, the amount of times we played them over now, I'm a little sick of them personally.
I was going to say, you're actually sick of them by now.
Definitely, yeah. And at the moment, like one of the tracks on there, Paranoid as well, we've been doing more and more and more at the moment because we're going to get a video to that one as well,
okay.
which is going to be quite exciting.
Is that going to be like
So-
the first single off the record?
Burlesque.
Burlesque.
But-
I think
Burlesque.
Burlesque's going to be the first single, yeah.
We've had a lot of good feedback from Burlesque, so we're pretty excited to get that out there for people to hear. So
And that's the title track, is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
That is the title track.
Ah,
yeah.
so why was that the one that you thought would be the lead off and ultimately entitle the whole EP?
we
I
just
think it's all of our favourite songs, isn't it? And we always get, that's like the one that people like, Burlesque. It's good enough to be a cover. Like we hear
as
that
well
a
when
lot.
we were writing it, like it just came out like that, and there was no hiccups. It just came out. It was
Yeah.
catchy.
Yeah, it just came out really nicely. All the parts gelled together. Like, it's one of those songs that like it didn't take a lot of time to write or come together, but it just felt really good at the time. And playing it at shows as well, a lot of people are like, oh, that song really kind of like stood out to us. And
Have they all been sort of road tested in the sort of live arena, so to speak?
There's one that hasn't.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
one that
oh
still
yeah,
hasn't
there
been
is
played
one
live yet.
totally fresh song, that we haven't played to anyone yet.
Is
so-
that the wild card, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is definitely.
Yeah, it's yet to be played.
Have you got a name yet?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ish, sort
Has
of.
it? Has
yeah,
it?
No, that one's called Take. It's
Are we rocking with that? Are we?
yeah.
Oh,
we're
okay.
Is that the working title, maybe, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
For the next half an hour, yeah. Probably
Fair enough.
Yeah, we commit to it for now.
Yeah, when I get it, I'm going, there's no take on here. Where's that gone? Come on. We just talked half an hour about that. It's gone. What's going on? But do you think it's funny because when I talk to, I talk to loads of bands, loads of artists in the studio and beyond, and your name just seems to come up again and again and again. You seem to be a bit of a sort of a musician's band of choice, so to speak. Do you find that it's probably because for you massive gigging? Because you seem to be gig everywhere. If I look on social media, you've been gigging here, you've been gigging there. Has that been quite important to get this kind of following from other musicians as well as other punters, I suppose?
I think we have a sound that can, it goes really well with a lot of other bands. Like we can dabble in metal gigs and
rock shows and stuff like that.
I think the first year as well, that was kind of because we were a new band. It was really a case of we don't have anything else to do at the moment but gig. So like to try and get the Southern Storm name out there. So all the other bands that we've gigged with, like Downfall, Vipera, Badland Bandits, it's just been. They've all been really great. Sculptress, yeah, how could I forget these guys? They're an awesome bunch of lads.
They're a bunch of nutters, I love them.
yeah,
They are,
Absolutely
they
love 'em.
really are.
absolutely crazy.
But they've all just been really good. They've given us the shows and they've all been really supportive. And
Yeah,
like, the
they've
local bands are
really
just
helped.
really awesome
you know,
at the moment.
especially Sculptress lads. They've really helped us stage presence. That they'll always be there for a boogie at our gigs, and it just makes sure
they
that
really
show,
know how to
doesn't it?
cut the ice, so to speak,
Yeah.
and get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Are you quite surprised then by the sort of, how open other bands have been to you and sort of taken to you as far as offering you gigs and support slots?
A little bit, yeah. Because obviously, being a fresh band, like no one's ever heard us. We've had very little material, merchandise. So for other bands to just be like, "Yeah, come and gig with us," is really great. Because there's no other way for bands to get out there. So
Exactly.
to have local bands supporting other local bands, I think is really important.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good that everyone's doing that.
What do you think of the scene at the moment then?
Very
Good, bad or ugly?
There's a lot.
Best it's been for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's loads of really good bands about. And luckily, they're our friends, so it's
Mm.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like Jeff as well. He's
Yeah,
like
Jeff
kind of
Heath's
the glue.
from us.
Jeff Heap, yeah,
Yeah.
he got us our first couple of gigs, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think we can thank him for a lot, really.
Yeah.
Should we thank him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jeff
thank you,
Heap.
Jeff.
Thank you very much.
And happy birthday for the other day,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Better late than never. Let's play some more music, shall we?
I lay you down and bite your neck and choke you after death. Cause the brutal truth, if you're honest with me, is that's when I'm at my best. So I tear myself apart and I'm gone without a trace. Oh, I forget just who I am, all memories erased. So I break you down and tell you about to throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. So I break you down and tell you about to throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. Yeah. I lay you down and show you love and show you how it's done. Cause the brutal truth, if you're honest with me, is that you're breaking out the seams. And I tell myself apart, and I'm gone without a trace. I forget just who I am. All memories erased. I break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. So I break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. Just a brute I do, give your eyes to me. That's when I'm at the best. When the brute I do, give your eyes to me. That's when I'm at my best. Yeah, yeah, I tear myself apart. Oh, I'm gone without a trace. Oh, I forget just who I am. All memories erased. Go! Break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down, tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. So I break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down, tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. Break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me. So I break you down and tear you apart, and throw you down and tell you what's what. This is what you want from me.
That's what you want from me. That's Southern Storm in the studio right here, right now, on the Cooper Show. So, guys, as far as the songwriting goes, who does what in the band, and how's it all kind of come together?
Nick.
He's got that look in his face going, "Oh, it's not me again." Come on, do tell Nick.
Yeah, I think I do. Well, I think I do. I do a lot of the music writing, so to speak. A lot of it comes from, like, I'll just have a basic idea, basic riff, some chords.
Massive solo.
It's all about the solos, yeah.
I guess if he's writing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
I've got to put a few minutes of solos in each song. But it's I don't know. It just normally starts from a little lick or a little jam, and we just kind of build it up from there. I'll come up with a bass idea for what I think it should sound like, and then Matt will put in his bass lines, Joe puts in his drums, and Tim does the vocals. So I can't really take all the credit.
Do you kind of come in then with a sort of basic? Do you have it? I know it sounds a bit weird, but do you have the whole thing in your head and you kind of tell the guys this is where it should be, or do you just let it go? Right, this is my idea. See what you make of it, and you guys kind of put your stamp on it.
Goes
It's
either
more
way
like-
sometimes,
yeah,
doesn't it?
it can be a bit of both, really, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, normally it will be I'll have like about a minute's worth of music, and I'll go, you know, this is the rough idea, this is the general groove of what I'm going for here, and then like, yeah, like you say, everyone just puts their own stamp on it. Like, I don't tell Joe how to play the drums, I don't tell Tim how to sing, or Matt how to play bass.
Yeah.
Like, we just get that bass idea down, and then we kind of jam it out and really just take the groove and go with that. And I think that's really it. And
Yeah. And then lyrically, who does what? Who puts that sort of stamp on it?
I write the majority of all the lyrics.
Yeah.
Matt helps.
Well, it's kind of...
Yeah.
He's like, do I? What happened there? Was I asleep? So lyrically then, do you wait for the whole finished sort of song, I suppose, to take form?
With this band, I've kind of been out of my comfort zone, because the last bands I've been in, I've played guitar and wrote a basic rhythm so I could write a song.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw that at the band. But this band, it's quite nice really. I can sit there and like I can see it all taking form, and then hopefully sometimes, but by the time it's finished, by the time they've done their job, like I've got lyrics to go with it, and it just
Yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because you don't write the guitar part, so to speak, anymore.
Yeah,
You kind
it's
of-
a bit difficult.
You let me
really,
do
but-
that and then try and write to my guitar parts.
But it's definitely improved me as a lyricist. Like,
Do you think so?
Yeah,
it's the
definitely.
pressure.
It is, yeah, because I'm there like thinking, I'm like, they're gonna be done in a minute.
So do you sit there literally in the whole jam session, they're going for it, and you're kind of like with a notebook or something going,
Yeah.
oh God, I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah.
Or do you kind of like save little bits of lines that you have thought elsewhere and then kind of bring them to the table?
Yeah, I mean, I write a lot at home anyway, but sometimes I'll bring it to the table. But I find with this band, it's just the fresh ideas that matter, really.
Yeah, spontaneous, just on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything that I come up with at practice. Just for me, it's Southern Storm. It's not what I've wrote in my spare time.
Yeah.
It's what I've wrote for the band and for our listeners, really.
So what sort of drives you to write a lyric then? Is it something you hear, something you see?
Anything really.
Yeah.
Emotions, like they take a lot of part. I think with most lyricists, they use their emotions to help enhance their writing. But yeah, just the mood of the song, really. Like, you know.
I suppose a lot of our songs are quite upbeat and quite rocky, so I guess a lot of the lyrics kind of go with that kind of rock and roll feel, sex, drugs and rock and roll, so to speak.
I
Why not?
write a lot of mellow acoustic stuff at home, like when I'm bored or have nothing to do. So coming to this band and everything's really up tempo, it's like I've really got to jump out of my comfort zone. But that's what makes the lyrics for Southern Storm like good, like in my point of view.
Yeah, do you kind of like, sort of when you're there, kind of scan the music when you're there, kind of like humming it away and kind of add your word in as they're playing and then kind of build on that kind of format?
Yeah, I mean, like, I might get halfway through the song and, like, nothing's hit me, and then, like, just a lick on the guitar or just a certain...
I think that's normally the hardest part, though, isn't it? Like, trying to get the vocal melody down and then putting the vocals to that melody.
Because sometimes we'll get there and they'll write something and I'll be like, oh, you haven't made it easy for me. Like,
Do you constantly make it really hard for him?
I don't try to, but I think we
I
do.
think that's
don't
just
we?
the way it's going to go. The more we play, write, develop, it's nothing's going to get easier. I mean,
I found the first EP like really easy to write compared to what we have now, but I know our sound as it stands at the moment, so I really want to capture that. I don't want to drift away from that because I think lyrics is an important part of a band.
Definitely.
A lot of people listen to the lyrics, like, so.
Yeah, I quite agree with you. I know this band kind of came out the ashes of another band. Do you feel like you want to keep it interesting to maybe progress this band more than the other ones?
Yeah, I mean, me and Joe were in a band ages ago, and it was just we just
This
wanted
is
to be in a band.
like the first band, I feel that it is a band. This is what we do as friends. Like the whole is greater than the parts that make it up.
Yeah.
Before, everything's been kind of like a bit of a hobby, a bit of fun, mates jamming. Oh, songs come out of this. Oh, now we've got like a set's worth. Oh, we can do a gig now. But this is the first time that it's been a proper serious endeavour to try and write music that captures what we're about as people. And
Was it always the sort of mission statement to write your own material and then to write your own sound rather than sort of be a covers band for a little while, then maybe drop an old...
100%,
Yeah.
Covers are great for like, oh, this is what we're about. Oh, these are all the songs we like. Just smashing it out and trying to get a groove going as people. But really, all of us are super creative. There's no way we could be a covers band. It's just,
No, we never got together and thought, oh, you know, let's do covers. Like when we first started, we only ever learnt like three covers originally, just to have something to jam together as a band whilst we were writing material. Like we all met and it was, we need to make rock music and it needs to be original. Like we never really
it was never
went away
anything
from
like,
that.
Yeah, it was never like, oh, we should do this or we should do that. It's like solid rock. We're just gonna go with it.
We're a rock band and that's
Yeah.
it. Do you kind of have the same sort of influences then? Do you like the same people? Or are you quite sort of polar opposites?
We're a bit different, really, aren't we? Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't say we all listen to exactly the same stuff.
We
No.
all like the
Yeah.
same music, but we
Yeah.
all listen
Yeah.
to different artists.
Is there like a common ground then? Is there like one or two artists that you all kind of come together and think, yes, we all like that?
Well, I know I like Slash. Don't know about you guys.
Is that your guitar hero?
It doesn't show.
I've heard that lick somewhere before. So what is it about Slash then that kind of does it for you as far as guitar trickery is concerned?
I mean, Slash is just a generally great guitar player, and for me, like, he is one of the guitar players that just really captures what rock and roll is about. Like, all of his songs, they just rock, really, man.
Yeah.
And like his guitar playing as well, his solos are just really creative. And obviously, he's gone from Guns N' Roses to Velvet Revolver, and he's doing his solo project with Miles Kennedy, and I couldn't really say he's ever done anything bad, in my opinion.
Snake Pit, do you like that?
Oh, Snake Pit as well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great album. Like, all of it is just really awesome, and it's not all the same as well. It is all different in its own way, and it really embodies what rock and roll is about for me.
Definitely. I'm a bit of a Slash fan myself, so I know exactly what you mean.
Nice.
I love it.
Gets it.
Yeah, it's funny because I think to me it's sort of based on, I mean, obviously sort of a blues kind of format, I suppose, in a sense. And he's kind of taken that and built on that to make it his own, which is what I like creatively,
Definitely.
you know. So gig-wise, what have you guys got coming up? Or is it all about recording at the moment?
No, we have a couple of gigs. I mean, Friday we're playing
Yeah.
down the Junction. We're playing Plymouth with Mean Steed, Manipulated, and Badland Bandits.
Yeah, that would be a good
Very
night.
loud.
Sounds like a good one to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you're right. It is going to be very loud.
And that's the way it's meant to be, really, isn't it? If it's quiet, it's no
Absolutely.
good.
It's not rock and roll. If
It's not.
quiet.
Yeah.
Our calendar's a bit bare though, really, from what it used to be. I mean, we have been concentrating on recording, so gigging's taken a bit of a backseat. But I think we've got a couple in May, stuff with Burning Colours. We've got a festival in Bristol.
We're filling up the summer slots, aren't we?
Yeah.
Quite fast.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there, but I think at the moment it really is we want to get this EP done, get the merchandise in so we can get it out there and
Sort of
really
start afresh kind of thing.
promoting it
Yeah.
and getting the gigs in. Just getting it out
Do you
there.
find that the the venues, the promoters, they want an EP of a certain quality in order to sort of push you forward? Is that the kind of way you're thinking about this EP?
I think it's possibly expected now. There's so much music out there. If it's not good enough, it just isn't. They just play it and they go, "Oh no, that's bottom."
Yeah,
it
just
needs
doesn't
to
really
be
get
of
a
the
listen,
standards
does it?
to be listened to. So for us to go into a real studio, record our instruments in our own time, and all that kind of stuff, I think is important moving forward.
Definitely. It's funny, I always remember one guy I knew in the back in the day. He had like a sort of second floor like office, I suppose. And
Okay.
he used to sit there with his, back in the day, like a CD player behind him, you know.
Nice.
And he used to, everyone used to send him CDs, so he used to see a CD. And at the bottom of his little window, on the ground floor, he used to have a skip. His window was always open, and he'd give every CD a minute. And if he didn't like it a minute, it'd be out the window in the skip every single time. And it's funny because it's kind of nowadays with the internet and everything's online and stuff, there can be so much stuff that kind of in a way is kind of irrelevant now, because you can just switch it off when you want, how you want it. You know, there's so much going on that it's instantly forgettable. So I think it has to be, you know, better than most things, or better than it was, say, 10 years ago. You know.
Exactly. I think if you're gonna start producing music, you need to have your own sound, and it needs to. Yeah, like you say, in that first minute, you really need to get your point across, so that you know someone doesn't throw it out the window
Yeah.
after a first minute, or you know next, or whatever. And it's that's what we're trying to do at the moment. That's why the
I
EP
think
is
it's very
taking longer.
difficult for rock bands in general at the moment. There's a market for metal, and
It's a market for metal, and there's a big market for DJs and dance music, isn't there?
I mean, like it's not as easy as just going into the studio and recording a pop track. To
Exactly.
say. But yeah, rock has taken a huge back seat, and it hasn't really popped its head up for quite a while. So it's trying to get something that's fresh that can really draw it back out of the ground. Really.
Yeah,
So,
it's a bit weird though, isn't it? You're right. You either got like your folk artist, you know, acoustic guitar artist. You got your dance music and stuff like that, and you got your the hardcore metal. And it's funny how the kind of guitar bands, as I call them, like you say, the rock bands, have kind of gone away a little bit. It's weird because you got your hardcore bands, and usually they would follow you sort of classic rock bands. It's kind of strange how now everyone kind of just jumps to the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, it seems to be one extreme or the other
Yeah.
at the moment. There doesn't seem to be much of a middle ground.
It's funny, and that's what I kind of appreciated about your music, because like I said, so much of the folk, so much of the the hardcore stuff, and I just love guitar. I'm just a guy who loves guitars, basically. So it was really great to see a guitar band on the block. That's what I like. Anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox right now.
Yeah.
I really hope the EP does well. How can people buy it once it's recorded and you sort of distribute it? Is it going to be hard copies, free downloads? What's the sort of angle on that one?
Probably start with a not free, paid download on our website, which will be launched at the same time. So they're both a work in progress. So that'll be like a kind of dual launch. So start off with like our Facebook, Southern Storm Music. That's basically our, I suppose, landing page for the moment. That's where all our gigs are, all the information on what we're doing. But then I think we'll move on to hard copies at gigs, stuff like that.
Cracking. Love a hard copy. I'm old-fashioned like
Exactly, can't beat a good CD, can you?
that. I don't know why. Or a record, vinyl. And then you're on Twitter as well, aren't you?
We are.
We are on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
We're a bit. We're a bit
I think
old-fashioned, aren't we? We're a bit
Matt's in
like-
charge of the Twitter,
I don't
and the
really
rest of us don't know how to work
I'm
it.
trying my best.
So if I was to ask you your Twitter address right now, would you be able to tell me?
No.
Fair enough then.
I think it's at Southern
Storm
Storm Band,
Right.
I think.
It's at Storm_Southern.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant. You learn something every day.
Nice and
Yeah.
memorable, that one.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put it all in the blog after the show, so people want to find you. They can just log onto the blog and click away. Simple as
Nice
that.
one.
Guys, I hope it does well. I hope it goes all fantastically well in the summer. And, well, keep rocking, really, I suppose.
Thank
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very
No worries,
much.
guys.
We will.
He drinks whiskey from a bottle, no glass. Vision blurs as the hours pass. A cigarette helps ease frustration. One's enough and he dances with temptation. A girl walks by, catches his eyes. His eyes ablaze in the moonlit sky. His soul is dead, but the night is young. The words drip off the tip of his tongue. He's on scripture, drugs on a stand, does again. Locked by the alcohol in the system. He takes a coat as they walk through the door. They get upstairs and they fall to the floor. He's going wild and she's asking for more. She starts to scream more, more, more. He's on scripture, drugs, understand the dose again.
Yeah, that was Deception there from Southern Storm. Great guys, great lads. Really, really sorry I said rock on. I can't actually believe I said that.
Riviera FM, bringing social game to Torbay.
Here, do you know what I heard? This Jackson Cooper, right? It's not even his real name. Imagine that.